Welcome to the queendom of bitchdom. As is tradition among bad bitches, we shall begin with the divine lighting of scented candles. Alright, we start with the white scented candle. Hopefully, this time the lighter works. Oh, it does! Would you look at that? Alright, and we have a black one to balance out the white. There you go. And boom. Hey besties, welcome back to the baddest podcast out there. I am Tasmeen. I am your bad bitch coach. I am an author, poet, artist, writer, dog mom, cat mom, tea connoisseur, style enthusiast, and just a lovely person. Anyway, I'm so happy that today is gonna be super pleasant because we have a super pleasant person coming in and joining us in a bit. Well, how do I describe her? She is a fizzy little cup of creativity. She is someone sunny on a rainy day. She is also a very, very dear friend of mine. Y'all better put your hands together for my friend Bhavika fucking Govil. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I will get up and greet you, my friend.
Should we do that again?
I think we have to cut the whole thing.
Let's keep it natural. It
No,
looks
that was
lovely.
so lame.
I
I came in and stood on my head.
Let's do the last one again.
Yeah,
Let's
please,
introduce.
thank you.
Let's
Should I just
let's
start
do
it
the
straight?
Let's do the entire intro again because there was a lot of background noise that was coming also. Someone
Which
started playing
intro?
music.
Bhavika's
Everything.
intro.
Everything.
So you hated it. Basically.
No. There's a lot of background music that started playing. Niche Kirtan and
Oh,
all
I
that.
thought you guys were playing it.
I didn't hear it.
But आ
Okay,
रहा
ना।
है, आ रहा है। किसी कीर्तन होने लग गया था।
अच्छा,
वही
then
गाना
just
था,
come and
किसी
sit
कीर्तन
down.
होने लग गया था।
No.
Then
Just
let's get us
stop
down.
here. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, mic हटाने में ना थोड़ा सा I have to make sure.
Just like hug me.
We can take it from the you introducing her. Anshul is saying कि mic में नहीं आया audio because it's a directional mic. Fuck it, you don't need to do the intro again in short. Just start from introducing her.
From introducing Bhavika.
Yeah, just calling her in.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Also, you guys turned on the lights very soon. They should have been turned on after both the candles and on होते ही hi besties.
Change कर सकते हैं फिर से retake कर सकते हैं आपको
नहीं
edit में कर दूंगा।
it's fine but just
Edit में कर
saying,
दूंगा। Cool.
you know.
Sounds good.
Okay. Today's episode is going to be really pleasant, you guys, because we have someone really pleasant joining us today. She is what I would describe as a fizzy little cup of creativity with lots of fun soda pop, colorful things popping out, lot of things to offer. She is like a sunny temperament on a rainy day. Please put your hands together for my dear, dear friend and one of my oldest friends, Bhavika Govil. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. Please have a seat.
I'm so excited to be here.
Make yourself at home, girl.
Amazing.
All right. So, a little bit for you guys to catch up on. Bhavika and I have known each other since the age of 10. Since we were 10 years old. We were in 5th grade. We went from making scrapbooks and shit to writing actual published books. Yeah, that's a bad bitch move. That's a vibe. That's the energy. That is it.
That is it. I remember, like we were the kids who always spoke about being writers and we've actually done it.
Yeah.
So, pretty proud.
I don't know if I have done it actually.
Of course you have.
But Yeah, like we always talked about ourselves like we were, Enid Blytons or like J.K. Rowling's, or we would just we would just sort of like embody it so much, and I feel like we low key manifested it.
High key.
High key.
Because we spoke about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure our journey is going to come up throughout the conversation, because
Yeah.
I owe so much of the beginnings to that phase where we were just reading and talking about books and writing.
Oh my god, we were obsessed. And how also one of the some of the finest writing I've ever done has been through my letters to you.
Aw.
You remember we used to
I
write
have them.
letters to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
I
you
have
guys.
some of them.
We were so cute. We used to write these like long ass letters to each other. We used to buy these like really nice
stationery.
artsy letter pads, and like with the envelopes, and we used to put glitter and stickers and write these long letters to each other, especially during summer vacations.
But
I have
also-
some of yours.
I have some of yours, and also sometimes, unfortunately, also when we were sitting in the same room together, because we just liked writing so much. So I don't really think it was
Yeah.
really because of any
It
sentiment.
was just
like we wanted to write.
Yeah, I think it was our first way of. I think it was our
Expressing.
first stint of, sort of writing,
Yeah.
of really actually channeling our, I don't know, feelings and emotions into the written word,
Yeah.
so to say. We also used to do one more thing.
Should I?
Do not try this at home, kids. Or you know what? Just go ahead and do it.
Because
Because
it
I guess
really
we
didn't
ended up
matter.
okay.
Because it really didn't matter.
It didn't in the grand scheme of things. We used to do this thing in class, letter writing. Remember? So basically, passing
yeah.
notes. You know how like kids pass notes? We
Yeah.
used to do it all the fucking time, and we used to call
But
it
in-
letter writing.
Yeah, but we used to do it in the same journal, so we would be sitting right next to each other. Do you
Exactly.
sense a theme here?
We
Yeah.
sat next to each other from class 5 through 12.
Yeah.
Right? Like every single day, like on the same desk or whatever, on the same bench. And we used to be sitting next to each other. There used to be a notebook, and on one side I would be writing, on the other
Push
side
it to the
Bhavika.
rest.
Yeah. I have to say the better handwriting was Bhavika's, always. And her letters were always purple.
Oh.
And
Which is why I'm so
Yes.
touched by this gesture.
Yeah, it just I feel like the purple blanket just got drawn to you.
Yeah, and I'm drawn to it. So.
Yeah, I'm glad. So here's a cool thing. So you guys see this dope ass book over here? It's a new release. What a beautiful cover, first of all. A Case of Indian Marvels. It's an anthology of short stories, dazzling stories from the country's finest new writers. Woo! And Bhavika's story is in there. So she is one of the country's finest new writers. Bhavika, tell us about Eggs Keep Falling from the Fourth Floor, your short story.
Yes, firstly, thank you so much. They said it, I didn't, but I'm happy to take the compliment. So my short story in this is called Eggs Keep Falling from the Fourth Floor, which is a story from the point of view of this 8-year-old child and a friendship with her friend called Missy. So it's a lot about their friendship and what happens when one day she encounters this auntie who lives on the 3rd floor of her building and tries to convince her ways to run away from home. And what does her best friend
By
think
throwing
about
eggs?
it? You'll have to read to find out.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, tell us the whole story.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Y'all better pick up a copy, okay? Y'all bitches better go hit a bookstore, grab a copy of this fine piece of art.
I appreciate that.
And I love the fact that you have like the theme of friendship flowing in this short story.
Yeah.
And how it's so real though, like even now, even today, I'm pushing 29, but like at the drop of a hat, I was having a headache on my way here in the car, and I called up my best friend, just like cribbed about it for like a good 15 minutes. So it's like it's such a real part of life that like kuch bhi hota hai, you just go tell your best friend.
If you're lucky, and I am lucky that I have friends like that. I'm glad you too And I think it's very
Yeah.
important, especially when you're younger.
Yeah.
And you can't, like, now hopefully we can have conversations with more people, but then your world is limited to the person you
To
sit
your
next
best
to in
friend,
school.
man. I think it's safe to say Bhavika and I were married at some point. Speaking of, show us the bling.
Hello, that was a very smooth segue, I must say.
So, Missy just got engaged. She got popped the question too, if that makes sense. And what a beautiful ring. So I just put it in front of the camera for just ring cam, bling cam.
If I
guys.
have your company as well,
Why?
why? Because I'm not doing this alone.
No, you do it. You do it.
Um,
You're the one getting married sooner.
I don't know if this is still part of this.
It is. You never know, but like you're the one getting. Should I just invite everybody to your wedding right here? Hey guys, guess what?
You are invited to my book launch whenever that happens. It's like a wedding, just more
It is.
literary.
It is. It is.
Lots
it is
of food.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound cliched, but are you married to your work?
So I think it's very, very much a huge part of me, and how can it not be when you're creating something so personal? I try really hard not to be married to my work and to think of it as something that exists outside of me now, and it's okay what you say about it or what he says about it, but I think it is something I'm
Most-
trying to
Yeah.
detach. But it is a very personal process to write something, to make art.
100%.
It isn't just like you clock into your workstation and you clock out. Even then, you carry a lot of stuff with you. But here, you use your life and your emotions and your experiences.
100% with especially with writing because it's words.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like word play, and you're actually like putting shit down into like tangible sentences, like you're putting a frequency out there. Art, on the other hand, by art I mean like the fine arts, like say dance or painting, sketching, etc. All of that is kind of a little more open to interpretation as compared to writing. I think writing is very direct. You're directly communicating with your audience, and at the same time, your mind is communicating with you, and it's coming out from your pen. So when you say that you try to detach
Yeah.
from it sometimes, I bet it's hard. Like, is it even possible? Because I don't think there's any writing that isn't personal.
That's very true. But I mean, to detach from the consequences or the after effects of writing. You know, I mean, what happens? Is this going to get published? When is it going to get published? A lot of those things are not in the control of a writer.
Oh, girl.
So I think that detachment of, okay, I have a life outside of this as well.
Yeah.
I can find joy in places other than finding, say, validation, which is a huge thing for writers. I think we all need
Validation from
validation.
publishers.
Even friends, even any reader.
Readers, yeah. Like,
Yeah. I think that just like trying to create a healthy boundary. It's easy to talk about. I'll tell you if I'm ever done. But that would be what I would call like successfully separating a sense of self from work.
These are such words of wisdom. Like, I just had this sudden awakening because you said that like you don't try to detach from the art itself,
of course
but the consequence of it.
You know,
Uh,
I'm telling you these words because it's something I'm trying to tell myself through this podcast, maybe, because I don't think it's easy.
It's not.
No.
Especially when you say, what you mean by the consequence of writing. Feedback
Yeah.
is not the most exciting thing all the time. If it's good feedback,
Then it's the
great.
best thing in the world.
Bring it. Please bring it. Like, make it rain on me. But, the feeling of when you send a manuscript out to a publisher, you're really bearing yourself open,
Completely.
like, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you're like, it's like standing naked in front of someone. And when you get that reply,
Yeah, your heart is in your mouth.
Yeah. I think my liver, my lungs, everything is in my mouth. And I've had one too many replies recently.
Yeah.
I'll just say it. I've had so many rejections in the recent past for certain manuscripts that I've written. And like Bhavika said, it takes
It
a
takes it all.
fucking toll on you.
Yeah, it does. I'm really trying to remember other things though. Whenever that happens,
Yeah.
I think there is a tendency to obviously let it completely wash over you because
Yeah.
it is something you've put a lot of months into. You know, you focus on that one project or multiple, but I focus on one thing at a time.
Also, it's very hard to write these days. It's really hard to write without seeing yourself from the lens of a publisher.
Yeah, you can't.
A
I don't
potential
think
publisher.
if it's wonderful if you can do that, if it's wonderful if you're purely writing for the sake of writing, and I do that when I'm writing in my journal, a stack
Yeah.
of which I have collected over the years, but I know that I'm writing to be read. I am writing to
Exactly.
be read, and I can't deny and pretend to be on a higher
Wow.
plane than this. I would like to be read.
Please like highlight this and like have it in like subtitle
I'm
writing to be read.
That is the
Wow.
ultimate hope. And honestly, it's a
Yeah.
small ask maybe because it is the words they can be shut in this book,
Yeah.
but until and unless one person opens it and puts their own perspective into it and
Exactly.
imagines it, it's just
Yeah,
words on
man.
paper.
It is, and it's also, I've heard a few people say this. The frailty of talent is that it needs an audience, and that's also it's tragic and it's true. Because when you have something to create, when you have something to offer, you want to have someone to offer it to, right? Like you bake a cake, you're not going to eat it all by yourself.
Yeah.
If you can, great. Most of the time you can't. And you also hope to, kind of get some returns from it.
Sure, like a few, at least a few
A
cakes
penny
down the
or
line.
two. Yeah.
Frailty or not, I mean, we are talking about all the downsides, but 100%, like anything in life, I think you just have to keep going. Like if it's something you want
Yeah.
to do, you have to keep going at it and hope that the right reader, right publisher eventually finds it, because you cannot guarantee
Yeah. Yeah.
what's going to happen, but you can guarantee that a blank page will get you nothing, and you can guarantee that not doing anything or not sitting down and writing is definitely not going to get you a publisher. So at least writing might, maybe.
Okay. This episode is like a therapy session for me right now.
For me too.
I kid you not. Like, you are giving out pearls after pearls of wisdom. You're like, I'm writing to be read, and now you just hit me with a blank page will get you nowhere. I'm like, wow. Like,
You're feeding my ego.
No, but that's so cool. Like, I swear to God, Bhavika, and this is why I feel like I should have more writer friends. All writers, please come and be friends with me.
Me
I
too,
need,
please.
Yeah,
I love writers.
and you also, please keep being friends with me, because like sometimes like a bitch really needs to hear this. Exactly what you said right now, that a blank piece of paper is not gonna get you anywhere. Wow, I need a moment to let that sink in. Okay, moment's over.
Yeah, I'm like, how long should I be silent for?
Bhavika's like, am I?
Am I
supposed
getting
to
paid
say-
for this therapy?
Okay. Bhavika, I really want to know, I'm really curious about your creative process, because I follow you very closely on Instagram, which is, by the way, at Bhavika Govil. The spelling will flash on the screen, I'm sure. So yeah, I follow your page very closely, and there are these absolutely beautiful pictures of like trees from your window, rain. Is your life really that aesthetic?
Anybody who's clicking photos of trees during the daytime is clearly not working, and I'm clearly not writing at that.
Whoa, do you have a way with words or what, man? Like, look at you. You dodged it in a way. I asked you, is your life really that aesthetic? And you just said that anyway, anyone who's taking pictures in the middle of the day is clearly not. She is a writer, this one. But I will put her skills to test later. And we're going to play a really fun game.
But when it comes to a process, again, like bold to assume I have one, but
I'm pretty damn sure you do. You have a typewriter, my friend.
oh yeah, that was a very exciting farewell gift from a friend when I was leaving Bombay.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, and he wrote a typewritten note on that when you write your first novel, please type your acknowledgements page on this typewriter.
Oh my god.
So sweet, except it's run out of ink now, so I hope he picks it up from my place and actually gets the ink put. But I haven't reached that stage yet, but I really appreciate the
That's
the
so
thought.
sweet.
Yeah.
Your friend makes all my friends look like shit right now. Y'all better get your game up. Step up your game. Where's my typewriter?
Yeah, so the
Um,
typewriter does not
mhm.
actually come into the process, but it has good vibes. It's like,
Yeah, I was wondering, is it how easy or difficult is it to actually type on a typewriter?
I think that it's a skill because I am so used to constantly backspacing
Exactly.
and changing the font and doing all
Yeah.
the sort of twiddly
Yeah.
things that you can
Yeah.
do on Word.
Mhm.
And so typewriter means being very assured, I think, with what your next sentence is going to be and going for it. Like I'm sure people used to cut them out but you can't like backspace. So it's a very beautiful, inspiring thing which is of no use to me right now.
But it's
Yeah.
like a conduit of
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
energy.
I should keep it even closer to me now that you've said
Yeah,
that.
you should like keep it next to you in
Yeah.
bed.
Yes.
Cuddle it at night, maybe.
Yeah, just like it might poke my eye, but sure. So in general, I think the process, just to come
Yeah.
to the question and actually answer it, would be to before I start writing, firstly I don't write every day and I don't write all the time. That's a myth I would like to bust, at least when it comes to me. I write when I have a deadline. I write when I feel it from inside, and often I write after days of absorbing a lot of things around me. So, for example, when I know that I want to get into a space where I want to start writing short stories again, or I want to work on my novel, there's a certain section I want to get to, and I've been taking a break, then I start reading. I just dive myself into books and I start reading things that good, well-written books. At that time, I'm not looking for pure entertainment. I'm looking for language to inspire me. And
That's
sort
one
of,
thing I love about your creative process because
Yeah.
again, like I follow your Instagram, so I see that you're always reading, and it's so. And I even remember the titles, Jude the Obscure. I think you read that recently. You read Marquez.
Yeah.
Uh,
I read that
Chronicles.
of a Dead Poet Old.
Yeah.
I read for the first time. So, I write it before, I read before I'm writing. And I try and pray to these wonderful writers that and I think somewhere it does instill, inspire
100%.
creativity.
Like
Yeah.
my mom says that all the time, and that that if
It
whenever
just
you're not
stirs
writing,
your creativity.
yeah.
It just awakens
Of
it.
course, she's like whenever you're not writing, read.
Yeah.
And she's a professor of English
She's
literature.
very smart.
Yeah. So she says that all the time.
Yes.
So that's one thing I really admire about you, that you read so much.
I know you do too, or we used to
I
read a lot
don't.
together in school.
I don't do shit. Anyway, coming back to reading,
Yes.
I was gonna ask you that what do you think is more of a stimulant for you when you go out there, when you hit your writing desk? Is it everything that you've read? Is it the authors that you've been observing, admiring, following, etc.? Or is it some external factor, something else? Like for me, for example, I'll just give you an example. Music really does it for me. Like I have to have music in the background to be able to write. So is there something like that for you?
I do like to have a cup of green tea or something, but I think that's just like an excuse to maybe waste a little more time before I actually start
Yeah.
writing. For me, it is reading. It is reading. It doesn't just have to be books. It can be watching films good films that I'll get into the mode where I'll absorb. Now that I've started writing more seriously or more regularly, I see myself look at everything from the perspective of the maker.
Content.
Yeah, just even in a movie, I'll be like, okay, this is what they intended to do with this scene. This is the dialogue. This is what's not being said. So you start analyzing things that you are looking at, not just enjoying them. Sometimes does it take the joy away? I think sometimes I have to tell myself to shut up and just enjoy what I'm absorbing. But it that when I start reading, when I start watching things, maybe going out, just taking a break, having interesting conversations with friends. I have a lot of friends who are creatives as well. So learning about what they do, even though they're different fields, all of that starts, like I said, stirring that creative energy. And then I know I'm in the zone where in the middle of the night, like you've heard that before, I'm sure. I'll just a sentence will pop in my head and I'll note it down. It may be crap actually, I don't know. But that's when I can start hearing voices in my head. Don't quote me on that. But that's when I know.
I
Okay.
will quote you on that.
Well, we
Yeah.
are a bit,
Yeah.
deluded when we are writing.
Okay, I want to kind of touch upon your entire journey from the beginning. From a features writer at LBB Mumbai, Little Black Book, to Outlook Traveler, if I'm not wrong.
No, you're right.
And University of Edinburgh, and now to this amazing body of work. There are other books in here too, which I'll just pick up and show you guys how pretty they are, and the art is so precious.
I love that one. That a friend of mine actually designed the covers. She's very talented.
I love it. It's like
Yeah.
it's a little dog, right? And
It's a goat and a hand reaching out towards it, and it's actually inspired by a poem inside on that theme.
okay, and I love the kind of mask that they've tried to create with like a dust kind of the noise basically. I love the noise effect. It's so cool. Yeah, so please take us through your journey.
I think it's a long journey, but to keep it short, again, I think that you're inclined towards writing when when all the teachers at school hate you except for the English teacher.
None of the teachers ever hated this girl.
I'm just saying both of us were beloved by the English teachers, but
You know
pretty
who
much
was hated by most teachers? Probably still is.
no,
Yeah.
you can say that all you want, but I know that I was always I was always interested in English, so I maybe was the best behaved in those classes, even in college, everywhere really. I'm glad I did my masters in a subject I really cared about because they liked me, I think. Yeah. So I was writing in school, we were journaling, we were doing the letter writing that we spoke about, and that's how it went, honestly. That for many years afterwards, I was writing in journals. I have my entire life chronicled, I from the 3rd grade till now, till today. I have my life in journals,
Wow.
and that I don't think any of it can be read because it doesn't have any literary merit, and obviously it says a lot of things that I don't want people to know, but it helped me just get into the habit of writing, enjoy writing. I liked putting words to paper. I feel like I've always had a kinship with words, so that's where it developed. But I didn't get to fiction or anything that was open to public viewing until I was an intern at a publishing house, and I was bored out of my brain and reading.
Oh, I was just gonna name the publishing house.
Oh no, please don't.
Oh. And then you said that sentence. I won't.
I mean, as an intern, there is only so much work that one gets. So there was a lot of free spaces between, say, I was doing some interesting work like, proofreading Ruskin Bond's book. I have a letter from him. I'm so
I know,
happy
I've
about
seen
that.
on your
Yeah,
Instagram
I have a letter
again.
from Ruskin Bond.
And if it's
so
of any
sweet.
consolation, I'm not on good terms with the said publishing house either.
Okay. I'm good with them. Whatever. Let's forget them. But the point is that when you have a lot of time and space in your hands and your life, and you're surrounded by books, and sort of, I just started writing. Then I started writing some nonfiction, some blog posts, and then eventually it just came to fiction. I needed that time to to be able to imagine lives not real and stories untold. But that was about 7 years ago, I think, that I started
Wow,
writing
that's a
fiction.
long time.
Yeah, but I really, really started writing fiction when I went for my master's. So in creative writing to Edinburgh. This is actually fun fact. From Arthur's Seat is this beautiful hill in Edinburgh, and this anthology is sort of paying tribute to that. When you enter the city, you see it from all sides. This is big,
Let me see.
beautiful hill with like yellow gorse flowers, and so that place was really good for me. The course was really
Yeah,
inspiring.
the place was definitely really good for you. I think some of your best work came out of when you were of that era.
Because it's the only time that I wrote more than one short story. I don't. I kind of had to, and I wanted to, because writing for magazines was really fun, but it's non-fiction. I wanted to write stories, and I dedicated that time and space for that.
FYI, by magazines and non-fiction, she means Vogue. She wrote for Vogue. Let that just float around in here. Yeah. So, Edinburgh definitely had a very tantalizing effect on your creativity because the place is just so beautiful.
Yeah, you should visit, because they actually used to have like 3 book events in one evening, and the whole city would be, no, okay, not the whole city, but a lot of the city would be actually attending those, running from one bookshop to the other. It was very focused on the arts and literature, so it was a good space to grow. I mean, honestly, the pandemic hit in the middle of me being there, so I think I really took a lot in the initial few months. But it was really fun. It's a great place for a writer. Anybody interested in arts in general.
Yeah.
They have the Fringe Festival in August, and they have the book festival, and yeah, it's a good place to visit. So it was definitely a good place to write, because words are important, and you're made to feel that way. And that was just the beginning, because the pandemic hit. I was home, and that's when I started really writing
Wow.
at home with that
Okay.
window where I take photos from.
Yeah. And there's a red tree. Gulmohar tree.
Yeah, you know about it. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm obsessed
know
with that tree.
everything.
I'm obsessed with that tree. I swear that tree, if it could talk, would say stop stalking me, because I notice its like flowering patterns, and when it's, looking scanty, I get upset if, sometimes they come and just like hack some branches so that,
Oh.
they do it for whatever, I don't know what reason actually, but I get upset.
Some reason or the
Yeah.
other. Just one little more thing that I want to know to you, know
course.
from you, and then we will move on to something else. What really makes you tick more as a writer? Sadness or happiness?
Sadness in retrospect and happiness in the present when I'm writing. So I've thought about this a lot, clearly. That was a prompt answer.
Yeah.
But, like, we all go through things which at that moment make you so uncomfortable. It could be a very obvious thing, such as a fight with a friend, a family, the death of someone, something big that happens to you that, takes a toll on you. And then there are the little minor uncomfortable currents that I think all writers are privy to, because they are, at least I am, observant of minor shifts in tone, say somebody says something to another person, even when I notice the undercurrent of what's being said, and maybe I carry it with me, and I realize like a day or two later, why am I feeling strange, or I didn't like that. I mean, earlier I would have been like, try to brush it off or make myself feel better, but these days I tell myself that if something makes you uncomfortable, question why, note it down. Like, obviously you want to heal and not carry it, but notice the things that make you think, that make you stop and uncomfortable, because of course it doesn't help right now, but it helps your writing, because that same thing could be something that gives you insight into like human psychology, people, and you carry. So I think all experiences are wonderful fodder. Like, what did Nora Ephron say, the person who wrote You Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle.
I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
love her. She wrote, and her mother always told her, everything is copy. So that means everything is material, everything's fodder. Not to say that, you are going to make it as you are as a character into my book. But anything you experience in life can be written about in some shape or form. So that's why sadness can be good in retrospect. But for me, I like to be in a very happy and stable frame of mind to be writing. At that place, I don't need any drama, please. Yeah, no drama.
Okay.
I need that sign outside my door.
All right. Now we are going to put your literary skills to test.
Oh,
Get ready for the game.
okay.
I don't think you. I hope you didn't see this one coming. Okay, so we are gonna play a really fun and interesting and what else should I say? Out of the box kind of a game where
Exciting.
I'm gonna just really put her on the spot and I'm really gonna mess with her. So
Are you not participating? Or are you like,
I'm
just
gonna
the
be
host? Okay.
I'm gonna be asking.
Okay.
the
Great place to be.
questions. Yeah, of course. Okay, let me just get a little more comfy.
I think I will also do that.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hold on.
By all means.
Okay.
Oh, this feels good, especially after listening to you talk about movies like You've Got Mail and everything. It just
Let's
makes
get
me
the popcorn.
wanna,
Where's the popcorn?
get into a blanket and just be comfy and just like, sit and smile. Okay.
Hobbies, smiling.
I'm gonna need my phone for this. So, Bhavika, let me tell you the rules of the game.
Yes, tell me.
I am damn sure you're familiar with rap songs.
No.
Yes.
Never.
You are.
What's rap?
Shut up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, the stuff is saved in. I told Anshul. Okay. You could have said that earlier,
Does mean I'm not rapping.
You're not rapping.
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
know.
thank God,
Arey
yaar.
Baba, did you? I'm okay. I get it. Like I'm not that big a bitch that I'm gonna make you rap.
I know you can rap and all. I
No.
can't rap.
I don't know if I can rap. Can I?
I've seen you rap, yeah.
Yeah, I think I can pretty much do anything.
I can rap presence. I can't rap.
Okay, so the game is I am gonna read out to you rap lyrics,
Okay.
contemporary rap lyrics,
Yeah.
and you have to translate them into proper literary prose.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've got to get my inner Jane Austen out.
Devoid of. Bhavika, could you please? Thank you.
I'm handling you my torture device, and I should.
Oh, come on. So you have to
Translate.
it into proper literary prose, minus any slangs. Like professional, the Queen's English, if you know what I mean. British English.
Yes.
All right. Okay. We'll start with this one song. It is called. One second. Sorry. Yeah. So this one is called Up by Cardi B. I'm gonna read out the lines and then you're gonna have to translate them. Also, wherever, guys, just a disclaimer, wherever there's gonna be an N word, I'm gonna obviously skip it and replace it with another word like boy or man or guy. So just so
So
that
you're helping
everybody
me
gets
with
it.
one word.
Yes.
Essentially.
How nice am I?
How nice.
Yeah.
Super kind.
Okay. Once upon a time, man, I heard that I was ugly. Came from a bitch whose man wanna fuck on me. I said my face bomb, ass tight, rack stack up, shack height, jewelry on me, flashlight. I've been lit since last night. Hit him with the good. Make a boy act right. Broke boys don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right.
So
Okay, go.
I would actually can I look at that because I have lost the
Okay.
beyond the first
Okay,
sentence.
Okay, there you go. I thought you might know this.
No,
song
I
by
don't know
heart.
it. I'm sorry. Okay, is it the first one?
Once upon a
Oh,
time.
okay,
Do you
okay,
not
okay.
know this song?
No, I don't. I really don't. Or if I do, I know it when I hear it.
Okay.
Once upon a time, the words fell upon my ears. Woman, you're not beautiful. This came from my own mother, whose husband tried to make a move on me. I told him,
Why mother?
doesn't it say that?
Came from a bitch
Oh,
whose man,
oh, okay.
mother's husband would be their father.
Not husband, partner. I don't know what kind of shit is happening in this rap
Whatever,
lyric.
like,
I'm sorry, take it up with Cardi B. I'm just a
No, but-
translator. Translators only translate.
but
Translators gonna
Okay.
translate.
okay.
I told him my countenance is lovely.
Whoa.
My derriere is tight. My bosom is aligned correctly.
I really underestimated you with this game, man. You're killing it.
And I have upon me tons of jewelry that shine bright like flashlights. And since last night, I have been. I really don't know. Okay.
Have been.
I've been pretending to be something that I'm not, and I'm afraid to say that I have to make the people behave correctly because people with no money, they don't deserve me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was pretty good. So,
That was very long. That was a book unto itself.
okay. Well, the other one is from a song called Thought Shit by Megan Thee Stallion. Okay. The lines are: hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thought shit. Post me a pic, finna make me a profit. When the liquor hit, then a bitch get toxic. Why the fuck you in the club with boys wildin'? I've been lit since brunch. Thought shit. Order 42 for the table, let's pop shit. You want the phone?
Everybody's been lit in these songs.
Yeah. Avi, I hope the...
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
Tick, tick, one.
Send
Tick,
me
tick, two.
send me a photo of yourself that is exemplary, and when the liquid takes an effect on me, then you will see how toxic I get. Sorry. I had to
You're
resort.
skipping a lot of lines, but you're also doing so well. So I'm like...
Since the first meal of the day, I have been thinking about things and the orders I'm going to place. So whether we choose to place ourselves,
But she said, I've been lit since brunch.
I cannot translate.
Lit is like,
I know.
you know.
Mm,
We just said I know
so-
and you know, and like I don't know what the audience thinks right now.
So I don't care who's talking behind my back because I am done right now. Thank you. This is a lot of text.
All right. Next one is going to be shorter. I'm going to do it line by line.
Okay.
Okay. The song is called WAP by Cardi B
Okay.
and Megan Thee Stallion. You have obviously heard this song.
You know, you'll have to play it for me.
Okay.
Tasmeen. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say it line by line.
Okay.
The first line is, there's hoes in this house.
There are bountiful women present here.
Wow. I said certified freak 7 days a week.
From Monday to Friday, I've asked people of a precarious nature to join me.
She's so good. Man, I thought I would like kill you with this game.
Kind of are, Tasmeen.
No, like it's
I'm
like
sweating.
really backfiring because you're doing so well. Stop doing so well. Okay, what are some other WAP lyrics? Hoes in this house. Certified freak, 7 days a week. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
That's proper English, don't you think? A woman deserves to talk like that. I agree with that.
Okay, wow. She really. You think you're slick. Okay. Now we come to this other song called Best Friend. And the lines are,
Okay.
"They're my best friend. If you need a freak, I ain't dumb but motherfucker, she my Tweedledee."
I actually need you to tell me what that means. But I know this. This is a TikTok
Yeah.
song. Okay. There.
Uh,
Say it again.
"They're my best friend. If you need a freak, I ain't dumb but motherfucker, she my Tweedledee. If she ride for me, she don't need a key." And I can't, don't know
Okay.
the whole thing
I
by
also
heart.
don't know.
Yeah.
They're my best friend, right? Okay. They are somebody esteemed to me. If you are looking for somebody to join you in your nefarious activities, then
Bhavika, you're like
Join
damn
them.
good at this.
then join my best friend.
And she's so bad that I just can't take that bitch nowhere.
Who's she? The best friend.
Yeah.
But this esteemed friend sometimes drops their morals so low that even I can't go down and reach them.
Dude, I wanna, like, if I was your teacher, I would just give you A plus.
Sucking
with
up
a
to
circle
English
on it.
teachers.
Anyway, that's the end of the game, and you
Oh my
won fair
God.
and square. I
Me
wish-
against myself.
Yeah, you totally won. I really thought I would kick your ass. I didn't.
You
I
did. You
couldn't.
did.
No, you kicked mine.
For the
Like,
purposes of this podcast and all the people listening, I had no idea what most of those lyrics meant. I have failed my generation. I have failed these rappers.
you have not. I think
But my English teachers and my parents would be
you
proud.
have. Yeah, exactly. You have definitely not failed any of these rappers of the generation. I think you've actually made all of us look like shit. With the fact that we would be able to understand this lingo while you so beautifully translated it with words like nefarious activities and drop your morals so low, etc., etc.
So, if anybody is looking for modern translations of these songs, please
Urban
hire me.
contemporary poetry, you know who to contact. Okay, Bhavika, last 5 minutes. Please pick up the books that are here and give us like a little bit about each.
About the stories?
Yes.
Okay. So I've taken you through a case of Indian marvels, which has Eggs Keep Falling from the Fourth Floor, my absolute favorite title of everything I've written so far. Shameless promotion.
And this is available across all bookstores.
Yeah. And on websites which shall not be named.
Amazon?
Amazon.
Why would it not be
I
named?
don't know. People, it's not the best. Bookstores are better. But
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Then this anthology has my story called A Sea in My Stomach, in which the first sentence is, "One day I woke up and swallowed the sea." Now you take that where you will. You can pick up this book online as well.
On Amazon?
On hillfirepress.co.uk, I think. You can just look for my name and
We'll hook you up with the links
yes,
as well.
that would be amazing. Thanks,
Yeah.
Tasmeen. This has my story called Movie Theater Dreams, and reading it would make you feel like you're watching a movie. It is completely immersed and set in within the four sort of red paneled walls of a movie theater, and it's about teenage love and adolescence. And this last one here has a beautiful illustration of this black cat.
Did you make that?
Not me. Ryoko Tamura, she's the illustrator.
Oh, wow.
And so the story is called Black Cat Magic, and it's about a cat that disappears more often than it arrives. So it starts disappearing from its tail, and then slowly parts of it fade away, and then it appears at the other end of the house or the room or town. So it's a
Okay.
magical
I will
cat.
have to read that too.
Yes.
As should you all.
So those
okay.
are some of my stories, and like Tasmeen mentioned, maybe you could find more on the website or
Instagram
online. Yeah.
and www.bhavikagovil.com.
Yes.
At Bhavika Govil on Insta. I don't know if you're on Twitter, babe. Are you?
I am, but it's avoidable.
Okay, cool. I am on Twitter. Please follow at Tasmeen Amna.
And read Tasmeen's books as well.
Yeah, please do. Please buy them.
Gonna.
Just buy them. Just buy it. Please. Please. Anyway, so before we end,
Yes.
we have another tradition. We are gonna blow out these candles.
Okay.
I will blow one out and you will blow the other one out. And before that, I want you to leave me with a life advice. With a piece of advice.
Have I not done that already?
Gosh, you have.
Okay. Kidding. I
But
will
like
think.
a-
I genuinely don't have any sage words. My piece of advice related to writing. I think I have so much to learn from you as well. Just write. That's my advice.
Your advice.
Yeah.
Just
advice.
write.
Just write.
That was life advice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
And if you can't, then eat chocolate and cry about it. But get back to it the next day.
Okay. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye, besties.
Bye.
We're done.
Good.
Episode 2. Woohoo!